Hi everyone, welcome to Missy's Guidance and Tarot. It's me, Missy. Um, I haven't been on here for a few days because I had to take a step back. I needed some time to think, right? So about maybe a couple of days ago or a couple of nights ago, I had this really weird dream. So this is going to be for the conspiracy theorists, right? I had a dream that I was on like a hospital bed, but it was like a metal slab with a mattress on top of it. And I was being pushed down a long corridor. And it looked like it was underground because there were no windows. It was very dark. And it's like there was a light. Like every so often, I would see a bright light like in the ceiling because I was in and out of consciousness and they were pushing me. There was one person on one side and one person on the other side. And I was like, like when somebody's so out of it, it was like I was drugged or something like that. And my eyes was rolling in the back of my head. I mean, I was not 100%. I was probably like maybe, I wasn't even that conscious because I didn't know what the hell was going on, where they were taking and whatnot. And that's confirmation for what I'm saying because something just popped up on my screen. So, or maybe that's what I'm saying is the truth. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. So I'm being pushed down this long, dragged or pushed down this long corridor, a man on one side, a woman on the other side. Then they took me into a room. It was like a laboratory or something to that effect, right? The person that was on the right side of me as I was like in and out of consciousness, my eyes rolling in the back of my head and whatnot, he looked like he was either wearing a dark blue uniform or he was wearing a green uniform. Take it how it resonates. There was some metal, like there was some metals over here or whatnot. So this could be something about something dealing with the military, right? This was an older Caucasian gentleman from what I remembered in the dream. And then the lady on the left hand side, she was in a white lab coat, right? This person wore glasses. I think she was even blonde. So the person that's in the suit, I don't know what military suit that is. First of all, I never been on a military base. The only person I know that's military in my family is a few cousins of mine's. Other than that, no immediate family member like dad, uncle, or anything like that is in the military. So take that how that resonates. So the man took my chart and looked at my chart, and I did see where he was flipping through my chart, right? To see what, and then he asked, what's the prognosis? And then he took the chart and handed it to the lady that was in the white lab coat, right? To which she responded, borderline schizophrenic or schizophrenia, borderline schizophrenia. I heard that clear as day. I was so scared. I didn't even know what the hell was happening to me. The next thing I knew, I jumped up out of my sleep and I was sleeping on the couch because I didn't feel like sleeping in my bed. So I decided to sleep on my couch, right? Plus, I had some cleaning to do in my room and I finally finished it today, but that's either here nor there. I'm just setting the stage. I jumped up out of my sleep because it freaked me the hell out as to why the hell I was in my dream being pushed down this long ass corridor with somebody on one side from the military and then a lady on the other side in a white lab coat. She wore glasses and she was blonde, I believe, right? And I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on. He said what the prognosis was. She said borderline schizophrenia. So I don't know what the hell that was about, but that the night before, like before I went to sleep that night, I did a I pulled some cards and it was as if somebody was playing a game, like the way, like, because I went to the store with my nephew, and that song, I think DJ Khaled in it and a bunch of other people, and the song goes, "All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. Every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up and they stay there, right?" So basically, this tells me that, because with that reading that I was doing, it basically told me that somebody won something, right? And they have a lot of respect and honor from the people that they're surrounded, because every time they step up in the building, everybody's like, their hands go up, like they're celebrating, like they're like, "Hey!" like type of situation, like you're the man or you're the woman. Take it how it resonates. And then I had that dream about being in the military. So I don't know if that has to do with anything, but I just thought it was weird, because it's like somebody was playing that reading that came out. It was if somebody was playing a game. And then the few movies that came to me in that reading was The Truman Show, which I rewatched not last night, the day before that. I rewatched that. Ever since this kid was a child, he's been recorded, like he's been on this island in a dome, right? And he's been recorded. People has been watching him. You know, he got married to actors. Like his life was not real until he came to the edge and realized that the whole entire life that he's been living, and he was probably like in his 30s or maybe early 40s in the Truman Show, where he realized it was all fake. Like nothing was real. Everything was fake. All the things, like the neighborhood that he went to, it was all fake. The people that he worked with was all fake. Like everything was all fake, right? Then after that, the next movie that came to me was, what was it? There was a movie with Selma Hayek, and I think his name is Owen Wilson, where he thought he was living in in this reality, like he was living normal life, and then only he met this gypsy lady, but he the gypsy lady gave him some potion or something like that, and he drank it. I wish I remember the name of the movie, but I stumbled across it one day, and it was just like I grasped the concept. Like, okay, so basically, well, let me continue. But what I'm saying is that in that movie, this man thought he was living his normal life. But when he took that elixir, he woke up into what his real life was and realized that he was in a simulation this entire time, right? Like everything that he was living and dreaming was not real. He was in a simulation, and he came out only to realize that he was way into the future, well, what the movie deemed as being the future, and him and his wife was a scientist, and they were using this simulation to do something. Oh my god, if I remember that movie. um Hold on one second, let me grab my phone to see if I could try to Google something about it. Hold on. Okay, y'all. So I just found the movie. The movie's called Bliss. It's on, let me see. I watched it on Amazon Prime. So you can find that movie on Amazon Prime, but it's Bliss. It says, according to this, Bliss is a 2021 American drama film written and directed by Mike Cahill. Cahill. I apologize if I ruined his name, and it stars Owen Wilson and Selma Hayek. The film follows a middle-aged man, Wilson, recently divorced and estranged, suffers a psychotic break when he's fired from an unhappy job. That's the pretty much the summary of the whole thing. But the psychotic break was realizing that he wasn't divorced, he was in a simulation this entire time, right? So that's the psychotic break there. This was not reality. This was a simulation that he was a part of, because I guess he signed up for it and did not realize. that's what was going on. So every like basically that's why The Matrix was one of my favorite movies, because and I've watched all of The Matrix, even the one where Neo and Trinity came back. I'm sorry, I mean to break it for those, like, spoiler alert for those of you who did not watch the final installment of The Matrix. I loved The Matrix because The Matrix was basically people were plugged into this system, and what happened was they were one by one, they were being extracted from the system to see what was really going on. Okay. So, so basically that's, um, all of this ties in. And then the last movie that came to my mind is Avatar. And Avatar 2 is coming out in December, right? That's basically where, this man that was in the military, he was disabled from, I guess, the waist down. So he was paralyzed from the waist down, and there were these avatar suits, and he was uploaded, and his conscious mind was uploaded into the suit to basically live the life of being an avatar. Like, he was living as an avatar, like these really really tall blue greenish creatures, not creatures, but what's the word I'm saying for beings, thank you, beings. And as a result of that, they were being attacked by actual humans, and there was like a treaty between the beings and the humans, and something went awry and yada yada yada, and at the end result he decided that he wanted to remain as an avatar. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that all of that somehow correlates to the dream that I had, that I was being pushed down this long ass corridor, a man in either a blue suit, a blue uniform, or a dark green uniform, some sort of military personnel, and then a scientist was on the other side, and I was on that gurney, and I was being pushed down that hall. He took the chart and he said, "What's the prognosis?" She said, "Borderline schizophrenia." So I don't know what the hell's going on, but I thought that was crazy as hell because I've never set foot on a military base. For the simple fact they tried to recruit me when I was younger, and I said no because I love food too much. That's why I said I'm not fluffy for no reason. And I was not trying to lose a 10-year-old child, the weight of a 10-year-old child, to join the military. So I don't know what is going on. I'm just I'm just like, I don't know. And then it's like, um there was a there was something that had come up, and it was like the words that I heard was like someone is on the road to discovering that something is not real. Like, in the card, someone's on the road to discovering that something is not real, that everything is a facade, nothing is real type situation. And it came out of this deck here, actually. This is the deck that it came out of. And when the cards were laid out, someone was on the road to discovery that something is a facade. Everything is fake. So, for those who view, that's why I'm going to label this conspiracy theorist, because I don't know. They keep telling us we're a spiritual being having a human experience, right? That's what they keep telling us. Like in the church, there's a song, who's it by? Oh God, I'm hearing it. But the Leandria, I forgot her last name, but she's a gospel artist, right? She says you're not a natural being having a, hold on. Lyrics to "You're Not a Natural Being Having a Human Experience" or something like that. Let's see, spiritual. Oh, it's called "Spiritual" by Donald Lawrence and Company, right? So the song is called "Spiritual," and it says the "You're not a natural being having a spiritual experience, but you're a spiritual being living in living this natural experience. That's what the lyrics say. Okay? You're where is it? You're a spiritual being living this natural experience. You're not a natural being having a spiritual experience. That's the lyrics to the song. Look that up too. It's called Spiritual by Donnell Lawrence and Company, right? So they've been telling us this whole time we are spiritual beings having a human experience, right? From what people are saying, Earth is the training ground. You come from different places, and then you come here, you incarnate here, and then you have this experience, right? And then once you've learned a lesson, I guess you go back to where you are. Oh my God. Then, on top of that, I had a dream after that. No, before the one where me being pushed down this long corridor, I had a dream that I was talking to one of my sisters, right? And I said to her, like, I forgot the conversation we were having, but then she said to me, "You've learned your lessons, so now it's time for you to elevate." So when she said, "What do you mean by elevate?" She says, "It has something to do with your heart." So I said, "What you mean by have something to do with your heart?" Now, from what I understand, when your heart chakra is blocked off, it has to be opened up, right? In order for you to have like give love or something like that. Because sometimes when you go through these lessons and they can be hard as hell, your heart chakra gets blocked off. Other things get blocked off as well. But she said it was specific to my heart. So then basically she said, you would have to die. So when I said, what you mean by I have to die? Then the next thing I know, I felt like lightheaded. And then all of a sudden, these doctors came rushing into the room and started working on me. But I was still somewhat conscious. And I mean, I don't know what happened because then I woke up out of the dream. So I don't know if that's telling me that I'm being unplugged. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's like I just find these dreams to be really weird. I don't know where they're coming from. And I don't eat. I mean, I know they say if you eat late at night, you have these weird dreams. I don't eat late at night. I mean, I don't go to bed till like little after 10. So I'm not really sure what's going on. But I thought I would share this with you guys because this is like some sort of a conspiracy theory thing that I'm going to label this as a dream, as a conspiracy theory, right? You don't have to listen. You don't have to take everything that I say um, verbatim, word for word. But it's just like, I don't know. I just felt like I needed to share that. So, anyways, um, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.